poignant misery of dawn begins to grow. We only know war lasts, rain soaks, and clouds sag stormy. Dawn, massing in the east, her melancholy army attacks once more in ranks on shivering ranks of grey. But nothing happens. Move him into the sun. Gently, its touch awoke him once, at home, whispering of fields half sown. Always it woke him, even in France. Passing bells for these who die as cattle. Only the monstrous anger of the guns.
Wilfred? What's the matter with you? Oh, you're skinny as a whipping.
Well...
Are they feeding you properly?
Yes, Mother.
Still the most handsome boy in the world, though. How are you feeling?
I can't complain. Except for the headaches. Everything else.
Your letter said that some of the fellows here were a little mad.
It's the best medicine there is in here.
Stop it. Can we go outside? It smells of men in here. I need some fresh air.
Yes. Yes, let's.
How's the magazine going?
A cornucopia of thoughts, fragments, and other such intellectual shrapnel.
Can't be all that bad. You found anyone who can help?
Besides a doctor, you mean?
There's always a bright side, Wilfred. Without this, you wouldn't have time to breathe, to write, to live.
Live for others, I suppose.
Would you like to talk about it? But you will, right?
Always.
You know why he's here, don't you?
Who? Mad Jack? Or shell shock as well, supposedly.
Shell shock. Him. Don't believe that for the moment. He took on Parliament and now they're trying to shut him up.
Excuse me. Do you mind?
It's not the most British name, is it?
Which? Siegfried?
Not his Christian name, his very unchristian surname. Known at least a kike or two called that.
You do well to keep that to yourself, Jones.
Keep what to myself, kike?
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
It's inappropriate.
I want it well known that I don't want any kikes anywhere near me.
Yes? Good afternoon.
Sir,
Yes?
I'm the new editor of the Hydra.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's right. Would you,
Yes?
if you could, if you might, signing this book. Autograph.
Of course. What's your name?
Siegfried. Wilfred, Owen.
Hello, Siegfried Wilfred Owen.
Hello. Yes. Hello.
Lieutenant Owen. We found one.
Wie heißen Sie? Wie heißen Sie? I can speak a little bit of German. No prisoners.
Yes, sir.
Permission to speak freely, sir.
No, thank you, Corporal. Not tonight.
Somewhat inaccessible.
How so?
Well, it's just deceptively simplistic, isn't it?
Yes, no, I agree, of course. Completely.
Of course you do. Let me see something of yours.
All right.
What gentle light emerges across the downs, above Broxton's pale and pretty spires. Oh, you're from Cheshire.
Yeah. Well, no, not really. I'm from all over. Cheshire, Shropshire, Shrewsbury, Birkenhead.
Across from Liverpool.
You know it?
Not intimately. Though I do recall consigning the ribbon of my military cross to its titular river.
No. You're putting me on.
Upon mine honour.
And the poem? I mean, well...
Oh. Well, it scans. Metrically, the scansion is...
What?
These hostile climes bid me now remember the simple hues of homely English spring. It's just a bit... I mean, is that actually how you felt over there? Face down in French mud alongside the mental defectives of the Manchester Regiment. You were thinking, golly gosh, can't wait to get back to the simple hues and pretty spires of good old Blighty.
Well, I'll confess to missing a solid pint of pale ale. About the rest, I see your point.
There's no need to rewrite Keats. It isn't bad. It just needs a bit of steel. And a bit more goddamned outrage. And a bit less of the old pro patria mori.
And what do you mean?
Well, what difference does it make whether you're German or British? Or Russian or Turkish, for that matter? The war doesn't care what's on your passport. She'll brutalize you just the same. But you've clearly a talent, Will. May I call you that?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
What's your poison?
Well, a pint of pale ale, I suppose. Sherry, sometimes. Why do you ask?
There's a friend of mine I'd like you to meet.
Oh, marvellous. Well, what ward are they in?
Ward? Don't be silly, Will. We're going into town.
You're late, Sassoon.
Oh, bollocks, Graves. I have met a fellow patient and artiste.
Robert Graves.
Yes, yes. How do you do, Mr...
Owen. Wilfred Owen.
Excellent. Well, come. Join me, gentlemen. Sit down. What'll it be?
2 pints of ale, I believe, and a couple of scotches for the old nerves.
Very good. Oh, actually, would you go over, Jack? I swear the civilians talk a foreign language.
Mm-hmm. Their intentions are far from noble. All they want to do is grab the colonies. Since when has the Empire been anything other than careless with human life?
Oh, so you think we should have just allowed the Germans their fill?
That's not the point. Why would the Empire want to save the bloody Belgians?
I can think of a reason or two. Hey, Owen. Let me see your work.
Really?
Yes. Good Lord. You're a damned fine poet, Owen. What a marvellous surprise.
Thank you.
Bit careless, nevertheless. I see he's picked up on your anti-war stuff, Siegfried.
Protest is the price of patriotism, Graves.
Yes, but it's not enough to protest. Especially when you're so naive. I mean, this half-rhyme is a little lazy.
No, I'm not interested in convention.
Oh, aren't you? Well, Willie, you understand there is a distinction between abstraction and carelessness.
I understand that all abstraction is careless, but few careless acts have abstract results.
Well then, instead of these little Welsh tricks, do something interesting.
Easy does it now, Robert.
What happened to you?
Nice bit of shrapnel went burrowing into my lung.
How are you still alive?
You have to live by your writing, chap. Live by your writing and you'll never die. Chin chin. Will you send me your work?
If you promise to be just.
I never promise my friends anything. Tell me, what is it you're interested in?
Pity. I am interested in the pity of war.
To the pity.
Yes. The pity.
So fare thee well, my own true love. When I return, united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think on thee. Once more, so fare thee well, my own true love. When I return, united we will be.
Yes, we will.
It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I
Not more fucking puppies, Christ!
Have you ever seen anything like it?
Every day. Walking home from school down Whetstone Lane. If I was late, I'd run as fast as I could to the top of Holt Hill. And there you could watch the whole of Liverpool shimmer in the dying sun.
So you're a northerner and a romantic. I knew it. The Shelley book under your arm.
If you spent more time there, you'd be one yourself.
A northerner or a romantic? Let me see. It's been a few years. Yet now despair itself is mild, as the winds and waters are. I could lay down like a tired child and weep away the life of care which I have borne and yet must bear.
till death like sleep might steal on me, and I might feel in the warm air my cheek grow cold, and hear the sea breathe o'er my dying brain its last monotony.
Easy does it, Graves. Graves. Graves, that's enough now. Graves.
You listen to me, you little tart! I procured you your shell-shock alibi, but this is what it's like!
We're on.
Even the smell of these fucking poppies makes me shake!
We're on Carlton Hill, Graves. Not in the trenches.
How would you know? How would you know?
There isn't any gas. There isn't any gas.
What are you reading?
Nothing, sir, just waiting.
Waiting?
Yes.
Read to me what's on that page. Please.
Yes, sir. If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. There shall be in that rich earth a richer dust concealed, a dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware, gave once her flowers to love, her ways to roam, a body of England's breathing English air.
Rupert Brooke. Well read.
Noble sentiment, sir, but I must confess the meaning rather escapes me. This doesn't seem like a corner of England to me.
Oi, Barlow! Put that fucking thing down!
Sorry, Sarge.
It's England, all right. An eternal empire of the mind.
I'm more afraid than I was before.
Of death.
I don't fear the unknown, sir, not anymore. I was in that hole for 6 months, but it feels like... It feels like we were always there. Dug into the skin of the earth like bloody ticks. When I think of home, I just end up back there again. When I dream of there, of the soil, the lice and the guns. And I feared that if I did leave, if I did some day escape, France, the front, would just reach out and drag me back again. In 1,000 years I'll be here, I thought. Between two walls of sliding mud, just a grimy cog. And some damn filthy machine that just grinds and grinds and never bloody moves, just eating grass and dirt and people. I'll always be in that blasted trench.
this is hell, nor are we out of it. Don't start dreaming of English heavens, Corporal. Whatever lies beyond here.
Sir?
Doesn't matter. Much more of this and you'll have me going on about mortal coils and undiscovered countries.
Owen! Owen!
Oh, Christ.
Very pleased to meet you, Owen. A privilege.
Likewise, sir.
Marvelous work. Turning their own machine guns on them. Remarkable.
Thank you, sir.
I'm Lieutenant Willem, Royal Sussex.
What are our orders, sir?
Somme. We're going to take them out of that lockhouse and finish this bloody war once and for all. 17 British, 11 French, 37 tanks.
37.
That's right. They call it a little stretch, but you'll make the crossing. We'll be right behind you.
I'm a keen admirer of gallantry, sir,
You've been through it at Joncourt. You'll be through it again.
Sir, the Germans have held that river for most of the war.
As soon they'll let go of it. We'll make sure of that. Speak to Marshall. You'll get the gist. Cigarette?
I have my own.
Suit yourself. We'll meet you on the other side. Goodbye, Owen. And stellar work. Again. Marvelous.
Not fond of his cigarettes, sir.
He can stick his cigarettes up his arse.
Very eloquent, sir.
We move towards Ors. Post haste.
Yes, sir.
I somehow doubt it will be you, Charles.
Above all, I'm not concerned with poetry.
What then, if not poetry?
War. And the pity of it. The poetry is in the pity.
When it comes to a close, W.O., what would you have to pity then?
The poor. The workers.
Je ne suis pas un bon poète, un encaissement, je le sais.
Je ne le comprends pas.
Our mortal bodies rise, and in those foul, scampering bellies, quick and yet, those eyes that stare on life still out of death and will not close, seeing in a flash the crown of honour and the rose of glory wreathed about the cross of sacrifice. You see, I'm not a poet.
Well, what are you then?
Un charlatan.
Let's make a toast! Weston, Friday, Bennett. That's meant for the end of the war.
Kiss me.
Well, I suppose you'll be heading back out there soon, won't you?
I suppose so.
Unless.
Unless what?
Give me that fucking bottle.
I started the War Office soon. Show me your latest work.
My latest?
You're only any good to me if you're on form.
I'm afraid it's full of this half-rhyming. I break the rules too often. Graves said
Fuck Graves. He's married now.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
He's not allowed to break the rules. my. Wilfred the poet.
Wishing you could speak French?
Not remotely.
La vie est une fleur dont le mort est le miel.
Your friend is a scoundrel, Graves.
And yours is a romantic, far more dangerous.
Good morning, midnight.
What does one do?
Butterflies insist on being moths, drawn to the flame.
Christ, Robbie. When brilliant men like Wilfred Owen are taken in by Charles Scott Bloody Mountebank.
Moncrief.
Mountebank means charlatan, Graves. You're not the only one who can be clever.
Don't be silly. Of course he is.
There we are, you see.
I'm the last person to give you good advice, Sassoon. But as a great friend of mine once said, the only way to rid oneself of temptation is to yield to it. Your boy has a romantic adoration of danger to rival your namesake, Siegfried. Once it gets in the blood, it can drive great men to distraction. Or ruin.
It's a good job Moncrief got you this break. Look after yourself, won't you?
I note Sassoon conspicuous by his absence.
Shut up, Charles.
Have one on me, chaps.
Ah, here. This is Jack's new address. Come back to us, will you?
Thank you. And all of that.
Poor bastard.
How should we get him down?
Bring his leg over.
Back to the front line, then.
Can't go back out there.
Well, I don't think you have a choice.
Oh, not that fucking duty carry on again, Charles.
I don't give a stuff about duty. You middle-class snob. Your war record.
What about it?
It's a joke. At least compared with bloody Mad Jack Sassoon. What did you think they were going to let you do? Carry on being a cadet instructor for the battalion?
Of course not, but you work for the War Office. You've got Whitehall connections. I thought that you might be able to...
Get you off?
So to speak.
And I intend to, but on what grounds?
My condition, Charles.
Condition? Ah. Old war neuroses. Do you know what it is to them? It's morale. You just saw one soldier die and spent half a year hiding out in Scarborough. Out of the millions of men sacrificing their lives for the Empire, you're sat on a beach whining about your dreams. Do you have any idea what it's like? Sitting in Whitehall with your leg blown off half to hell. What I would give to get off this beach and back out there now.
But you survived. Is that not enough?
Of course not, darling.
Will you stay? For the fair?
I think we've had quite enough fun. Don't you? Aye.
Know that since mid-September, when you still regarded me as a tiresome little knocker on your door, I held you as Keats, Elijah, Christ, Colonel, and Father Confessor in profile. If you consider what the above names have severally done for me, you will know what you are doing. You have fixed my life, however short. You did not like me. I was always a mad comet. But you have fixed me. What happened to you?
You should see the other chap.
Must have been a mighty hit.
Friendly fire incident.
Perhaps not so friendly in your case, eh?
They don't want to assassinate me. Just Our Lady War's own capriciousness. Our monstrous anger of the guns will. Look at me. I'm not that ugly now, am I?
No. You look just as bored and beautiful as always.
Well, the sun has bored me to death. There's an awful weight to your silence.
I cherish frugality where I can.
Well, then be frugal. Or at least have courage, man. All right. Have it your way.
I meant what I said in my letter.
What are you talking about?
You. You fixed my life. And I love you. Enduringly. So much. So very much, dear fellow.
Don't do this to me.
It's got nothing to do with you.
What does it have to do with, then? Moncrief? That damned Scottish dandy?
At first, perhaps. But then I realized myself my own hypocrisy. I sit here in perfect comfort, decadence even, while my subject slays half the seed of Europe one by one.
We're meant to be protesting the war, not rushing headlong towards it, you damned fool. You've done your time. You have the scars to prove it.
Up here. Phantoms and illusions. You killed 60 Germans with a few grenades. You captured a trench right on the Hindenburg line. Graves has a piece of shrapnel in his chest. Moncrief...
You want a war wound, is that it? If you think about it for even a moment, I'll stab you right here with this bloody pen, do you hear me? So you wouldn't be able to walk away from me, towards me, anywhere in the vicinity of this wretched fucking war. You... Forgive me, Will. Forgive me. Let us sit a while, eh? Just a while.
Dearest Mother, I lost all my earthly faculties and I fought like an angel. My nerves are in perfect order.
The shelling's gonna go on all night then?
Barlow, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times, you're a pillock.
Fuck off.
So thick is the smoke in this cellar that I can hardly see by a candle 12 inches away. It is a great life. I am more oblivious than alas yourself, dear mother, of the ghastly glimmering of the guns outside and the hollow crashing of the shells. There is no danger down here, or if any, It will be well over before you read these lines. I hope you are as warm as I am, and that you think of me never in bed, as resignedly as I think of you always in bed.
Deep enough, right?
My soul looked down from a vague height with death, as unremembering how I rose or why, and I saw a sad land, weak with sweats of dearth, grey, cratered like the moon with hollow woe, and fitted with great pox and scabs of plagues. Across its beard, that horror of harsh wire, and moved thin caterpillars, slowly uncoiled. It seemed they pushed themselves to be as plugs of ditches, where they writhed and shriveled, killed. Dithering feet upgathered more and more brown strings towards strings of grey, with bristling spines, all migrants from green fields intent on mire. Those that were grey, of more abundant spawns, ramped on the rest and ate them, and were eaten. Its bruises in the earth, but crawled no further, showed me its feet, the feet of many men, and the fresh, severed head of it. My head. Ever. Wilfred.
Time is moving out loud, and the bedroom lights in the streets are down. I wouldn't beg or ask for a moment longer, so let us move in time. I feel older this night, and I wonder if by any chance, if you just might, just like me, have you seen some kind of misery? Let's stand closer and I can't see, so let us move, let us sway, 'cause there's nothing to do. Let's move faster and faster and faster away from today's old gloom. Time is moving out loud, and I wonder if this is a sort of perfect sound for you and me. We have seen some kind of misery, so let's stand closer and dance. La 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 la
roll 11, scene 18, shot 4, take 2.